Hello YouTube, this is Thongger and welcome to another Dawn of War 2 Retribution Online commentary video. Today's game is played on a very familiar setting. Most of us should know it is the August Desert Gate. This dry, dusty, desolate wasteland with what looks like a middle market with all these little pots and pans and sheds, but none. I predict all of this will be destroyed and absolutely massacred in the grim dark war to come. Anyway, let's have a look at this game. This replay was sent to me by one of my viewers and subscribers, Brandon, and we'll have a look at his army in a second. On the names in this game are really funny. We have Buzzsaw Bandit playing as the Hive Tyrant. Very big, very mean. Ugh, look at that face. Ugh. And we have Brandon playing as the Eldar Warlock. At long last an Eldar player sending me a replay. I was lamenting at the lack of Eldar replays I had, and since my good friend Phoenix sort of stopped playing, and since I'm overseas and he's in a different country, we haven't had much of a chance to play. So I've been lacking in Eldar footage, so thank you for that. I really wanted to have some Eldar footage in my repertoire of replays and casts. And we have Chaos Warlord playing as the Black Silver Chaos Lord. So very offensive heroes, gonna be bringing a straight up fight. The Eldar, sort of an indirect offensive hero with lots of offensive spells and throwing people around and bursts of warp fire, slaughtering people. And we're on the blue team. We have quite a similar setup. We have Captain Battleship playing as the Orc Warboss. He is playing as Captain Blood Flag, sporting the Orc DLC Orc Freebooter color scheme. Very cool looking. We have Hurricane Hawk playing as the Blue Orcs. He is the Warboss as well. And we have Gurps playing as the Space Marine Apothecary. For those of you who don't know, the Space Marine Apothecary has been severely nerfed in recent patches. His heal is half of what it used to do, and a lot of his abilities are quite weak. So some people have said that of the Space Marine heroes, he is the weakest, with the Force Commander being the strongest, Tech Marine being quite useful, formidable hero in his own right, and the APO just being downright hit with a nerf stick. But seeing as his healing abilities will be very useful for orcs, which tend to bleed quite a lot, his abilities will be quite useful. Good luck, have fun. I haven't seen that in a long time. Props to Brandon for being a polite and respectable player. Always like it when people send a GL hate. Good luck, have fun. I always do that, and I always say GG at the end of every game. It is a polite thing to do. It is the right thing to do. Anyway, most of us should be familiar with the map. We have power nodes down south. We have victory points and contested resource points here, and we have contested victory point here. Initial build orders: Brandon going for triple guardians with Warlock. Quite a common build, very deadly. Banshee is quite squishy and may not do so well against Slugger Boys, so quite a wide choice. Banshees will probably bleed quite a lot for Brandon. We have double Hormagaunt, so we have a Termagaunt Brood over here, so lots of melee on the field. And we have Chaos Space Marines with Heretic Squad, and we have Tactical Space Marines, Slugger Boy, Hurricane Hawk and Captain Battleship sporting mirror builds with a single Shooter Boy squad and double Slugger Boy squad. So very melee orientated armies, except for Brandon, who has a pure ranged army over here. So he's going to have to be careful and kite these orcs sufficiently if he wants to stay alive in this fight. Anyway, this Warboss is coming forward and slapping around at him. He gets a wreck point. Will he get a destruct? Oh yes, he gets a nice destructor off before falling out there. And now his guardians are in good position to pew pew away these orcs, but these orcs are pretty tough and they haven't taken any model losses, so Brandon has to get out there. Oh, he loses 2 guardians, unfortunate. 3 guardians go down, and this guardian has a retreat path right through these orcs. Gonna have to be very careful. Oh my, they're taking lots and lots of terrible damage, losing 2 guardians, so that was quite a wreck bleed for Brandon over there. Guardians aren't cheap. And it seems Gurps did lose his scout squad to the Tyranid horde over here. Never want to be losing that initial scout squad. And we say, oh my goodness, what a massacre. We have the Heretic squad absolutely wiping out both of Captain Battleship Slugger Boy squad. The Chaos Lord may have massacred that. Those Heretics need to be getting out of there. The Warboss is doing terrible damage with his power, with his big sword of his. And now the Chaos Lord is duking it out with this Warboss. Kill the weak, healing him. I think the Chaos Lord's gonna get the best of that engagement over there. Oh, the Warboss is very low on hit points. Oh no! Down goes the the Orc Warboss. So red team after a very good start right off the bat. Although Chaos Sword has to be careful over here, putting Eternal War on his Space Marines, but he's getting flanked by Hurricane Hawk over here. So Hurricane Hawk has to be careful. Brandon really needs to be going to support his ally. I think that's what he's doing, but otherwise Chaos Sword is going to be caught in a pincer between all this melee, and you don't want to have to retreat through all these slugger boys. Those Chaos Space Marines probably going to take a model loss, taking terrible damage. Oh, I'm surprised they haven't taken a model loss yet. The shooters may be able to do one in though. Very fortunate not to lose a model, having to retreat through all that melee. But now Brandon is moving to cap the middle over here, and Gurps is pulling out double tactical marines. Oh my goodness! The Devastator squad brought down Hive Tyrant. Hive Tyrant tried to charge the Devastator Marine in point blank range and was brought down, and those Termagant squads were forced back by those Homagants with the adrenal glands were forced back by Tactical Marines. Tactical Marines being no slouch in melee. So, and do we have battle equipment? Oh yes, wonderful grenade spike by Bandit. That's what I was looking for. And we do have these Orcs starting to bleed requisition now, just taking terrible damage on all these Guardians. Oh, we do have another grenade. Oh, but it's gonna hit it! Oh my goodness, a friendly fire down to 35 hit points. The Guardian squad barely gets out of there, and the Warlock doing terrible damage in his own right, doing lots of damage to all these Orcs. But that's why I like to see Brandon use aggressive use of grenades. Even if he didn't nuke his own squad, he did cause terrible damage to one of those Orc squads of Dennis. Now Gurps is pulling out another tactical squad, so feuding quite a formidable army of Marines over here in this Termagant brood. Really not going to do much to stand up against these tactical Marines in a straight up fight. We do have a Ravenant brood that we're able to duke out some pretty significant ranged and melee damage, and we're able to burrow underneath this Devastator squad. Fortunately, those Devastators in the building, and unless Buzzsaw Bandit pulls out Warrior brood of Bob Stranglers, they won't be able to brute out those Devastator Marines. But now, oh my, we do have Storm Boys on the field, and we do have Looters by Captain Battleship, but we do have a great suppression being pulled off on those Storm Boys. But the Storm Boys, ignoring these Guardians, jump right on those Shurikens, but they jumped a bit short, but they are engaging these Guardians in melee combat by taking lots of damage. Fortunately for them, not losing a model, and oh, they are losing a model. They did lose the model, getting shredded in a crossfire over here. Not sure what the grenade was for, probably in case they chose to give chase. But now Brandon in a very good position over here, shooting these poor barrels. They didn't stand a chance. And now we do have Captain Battleship. Looks like this is going to be a major fray of Noise Marines and Chaos Marines leading the fray. Chaos Marines getting focused fight down. Chaos Sword probably retreating a bit prematurely because Brandon was right there and able to offer support. We do have Buzzsaw Bandit charging for the giant ranged melee blow over here. Those Raveners are very fragile. They need to be very careful, otherwise all this Orc will massacre them. So they get massacred. This Homagant Rune needs to retreat. So blue team has taken some losses, and the red team's actually in a very strong position right now. Triple tactical Marines and the Devastator Marine squad, not a force to be trifled with. Oh, those Homagant Brews have only 3 hit points left. Hive Tyrant won't be able to do much on his own. Brandon forced to give some ground, but Brandon's still in a good position. Oh, did he lose something? What did he lost the Guardian squad somewhere. I'm not sure where he lost that. Unfortunate to lose that Guardian squad. Fortunately, I'm not sure those guys had a battle equipment. They probably did. Oh, do we have a grenade? Oh, we do have some grenades going off, but forcing back the Warboss. Good use of grenades over there, and all the suppression bunkered down in this archway, forcing back all the Orcs over here. So Brandon just using suppression and a grenade to scare off this entire Orc horde. That's right, run you cowards. And we do have the Space Marines, Gurps hitting tier 2. And we do have the Orcs going very heavy in the tier 1 using looters, double looters. Very surprising. And although they are pushing forward into the red team territory, we do Noise Marines getting some sweet suppression off on all this melee and causing lots of flame damage, as the Orc Warboss is taking Chaos Warlord, taking a lot of damage using Kill the Weak, but he goes down to all that melee. But all these Orc Slugger boys taking terrible damage over here. They need to get out of there, otherwise those Noise Marines are gonna slaughter them. We have a Cacophonous Blast being pulled off, and the Cacophonous Blast just giving them the window they needed to get out of there. So good use of Cacophonous Blast over there. Oh my, we do have Corn Marines coming in. These Orcs need to retreat, otherwise those Corn Marines... Oh, what was that? Oh my, those Corn Marines taking out 2 Slugger Boys. Corn Marines are no slouches, but they are getting suppressed by this Looter Boy squad, and the Corn Marines know they're outmatched and have to get out of there. Meanwhile, we do have Buzzsaw Bandit coming south here. Gurps really needs to be hitting the power node over here. The power node is completely vulnerable and laid open an attack, and now because Gurps hasn't been supporting his teammates, this allows the red team to move in and gang up on the opponents. Oh, do we have a grenade spike going off there? I must have missed that, but Brandon pulling out a third Guardian squad to replace his lost Guardian squad. His Guardians have been racking up lots of kills, just grenading everyone, but he was forced back by those Storm Boys over there. But Brandon playing very well over here. Lost his Warlock, unfortunately, trying to cap the natural victory point of the blue team, and those Cold Marines are just coming forward. Maybe, yes, getting some model kills on those Storm Boys. Never want to be losing those Storm Boys as they bleed power and a good amount of wreck as well. But Gurps really needs to be pushing forward to hit this power node. There's nothing defending this power node over here. Looks like he is. Those 3 tactical Marines will be able to really lay down some hurt, and he has a devastated Marine squad providing some covering fire if he needs to retreat. So now Gurps taking the initiative and striking forward. We do have Brandon pulling out a Wraith Lord. So now the red team's in a bit of a pickle, but this is gonna be quite a match. Both teams very evenly matched with pretty large armies. This Wraith Lord will be able to help provide the Eldar army some staying power. Oh, they are capping the red team's power node over here. They can set up power node. They'll really be able to forge ahead and attack advantage over here. So now Buzzsaw Bandit being forced back over here, but they did manage to push all the way forward into the blue team's natural power node over here. But oh, let the galaxy burn, hitting this orc blob over here, causing terrible damage to a lot of these orcs over here. And oh, we do have Kill the Weak being pulled off. My goodness. Now this Chaos Lord is horribly isolated, needs to be getting out of there. Now, a lot of these orcs are taking terrible damage on this. Oh, we do have double Slugger Boys going down to the Chaos Lord. His lightning claws is absolutely shredding everything. The orc player lost almost all his melee forces in that engagement. And now we... oh my goodness, but the Chaos Lord did go down. 2 orc war bosses forging ahead and absolutely wrecking it. And now Brandon is suppressing the entire Marine squad. His Noise Marines need to be pushing forward to suppress this devastated squad. That oh, grenade spikes going off on the tactical Marines. Boom! Giving 2 of the Marines and causing terrible damage. And we do have a sweet pincer movement. These Marines have to retreat right through the Eldar army, and they have to retreat. Oh, we have grenade spikes going off. That one going off a bit earlier. I think that's all the grenades Brandon has. But a lot of Marines going down to Gurps, who was caught in a one. Oh, but now Brandon is being pincered. Oh my goodness, he's losing his Shuriken weapons team. His Guardian squad is taking terrible damage. Oh my goodness, they're not getting out of there. Oh my goodness, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my goodness, 18 hit points. Now the Wraith Lord is taking a few. We have an Autarch calling on all these orcs, doing terrible damage, giving all these orcs all over the place. Oh my goodness. And now the Autarch and the Wraith Lord are taking the field. Where's the Warlock? And the Warlock probably died somewhere. And we have terrible damage being done on all these orcs. The orcs are taking terrible losses. Oh, we do have a Slugger Boy squad going down, and only this Storm Boy Knob is alive. I'm not sure if he's going to get out of a few more shots by the pursuing Cold Marines, but oh, he's speeding up. And my oh my, that was a costly engagement to both sides. And now this Wraith Lord is forging ahead. Hurricane Hawk took some terrible damage, lost almost all his forces from that, and Brandon taking charge of his team and leading his team to victory right now. With his Autarch Colin absolutely devastating those orc forces. Oh my, we do have a Dreadnought coming in for Gurps over here. That Dreadnought will be able to meet that Wraith Lord in mano to mano combat. But this Wraith Lord can't do much to this building over here with his power sword. We do have this tactical Marine blob charging forward to do battle with this Tyranid blob over here, but the tactical Marines really don't have an answer to all this melee. Tactical Marines quite tough in the melee themselves, but they may be able to stand up, especially the arrival of the Dreadnought. These tactical Marines have to be careful over here. That missile launcher squad has to be careful having to retreat. Oh, down goes the tactical Marine squad. Down it goes. This Hive has to be careful though, getting meleeed by the APO with the hammer, with his power axe, and oh, the Dreadnought brings it down. And now these devastated Marines are taking lots and lots of... oh, we do have triple grenade spikes going off! Boom! And down goes that devastated squad. Sweet play by Brandon. Absolutely beautiful. I love seeing good Eldar play. I got butchered as an Imperial Guard player against triple Guardian Warlock build. Absolutely massacred me with all those grenades. And now this Wraith Lord has a Shuriken platform, so he'll be able to hunt down kiting infantry effectively and will lay down some hurt. And now these noise marines are a bit overextending, suppressing all these tactical marines, but that Dreadnought is coming forward. I think a Dreadnought will be able to match a melee Dreadnought will be able to match at Wraithlord in single combat. Is the Warlock upgraded yet? He has the Witchblade of Cronus. Oh, but we have a missile launcher squad pulling off, hitting the Wraithlord. The Wraithlord has to be careful, taking some pretty considerable damage. Oh my goodness, this Wraithlord is getting absolutely massacred. We have the tactical marines forging ahead, taking lots of fire from these guardians in cover. Will we see a Witchblade of Cronus being pulled off over here? Will we see... And boom! No, that was a special attack. But knocking all these tactical marines aside. Now these tactical marines are getting absolutely shredded by triple guardians over here. These tactical marines have to be very careful over here. And yes, one tactical marine goes down, but the Eldar Warlock getting absolutely hammered. But we did have a pretty big engagement down in the middle, but I think Hurricane Hawk was forced back. He's very outnumbered over here. And now this Dreadnought forging ahead, facing against the Hive Tyrant. Hive Tyrant has the rending talents. I'm not sure if that gives him heavy melee attack, but doing some pretty good damage. But this Dreadnought's absolutely gonna wreck all these Homogons, so the Homogons have to get out of there. But the Hive Tyrant duking it out with the Dreadnought over here. Meanwhile, Chaos Sword is in retreat over here, has his Havoc autocannon team doing some pretty good damage. Oh, we do have a Swarmlord incoming. My goodness, hitting tier 3 already. There's autocannon, Havoc squad, and the Chaos Space Marines, Corn Marines doing some pretty good damage. All those chain axes, power axes doing tons of damage, doing terrible damage, but they are forced to retreat. Too much orc melee for them to handle, and this Chaos Lord duking it out. I think he may have to get out of there. You know, this Dreadnought is taking lots of damage, getting hit by the Tzeentch Dreadnought as well. Gonna duke it out with the Tzeentch Dreadnought, but the Tzeentch Dreadnought will lose in a melee fight against this vanilla Dreadnought. It is a battle of the Titans right here, but the vanilla Dreadnought is pretty low on health, so they are duking it out. I think, oh, if the Tzeentch Dreadnought turns around over here and gets a few missiles off, he will be able to bring it down. But you know, this Noise Marine squad really needs to be getting out of there. Oh my goodness. Meanwhile, that Dreadnought very low on hit points, but Gurps has no scouts to repair that Dreadnought, so a few more missiles, but this Chaos Dreadnought is very low on hit points itself, and it has to go back to base to repair. The Cultist squad right on it, gonna repair this Dreadnought and bring it back up to full strength. Meanwhile, we do have a Wraith Guard to deal with all this ranged blobs, so Brandon playing very well over here, and using all his Guardians to repair this Chaos Dreadnought. So tons of repair going down in the Dreadnought, bringing it back up to full strength. Right off the bat, you know, this Dreadnought, very little hit points, no scouts to repair it, gonna be in a bit of trouble over here. Now we have another Devastator squad in the middle. I'm not sure what happened to Brandon's auto, it must have died somewhere. Maybe it took an arrow to the knee, oh, stop there. You know, we do have that autocannon team doing some pretty good damage to this Warboss. This Warboss fully decked out with a trophy rack, heavy armor, giving him an whooping 1.8 thousand health. Oh, Auto Colin doing terrible damage to these shooter boys. The Auto can get one more strike in. Will she get the strike in with her Executioner? Oh, she wasn't dead. She just got called back into space, but she deep striked simultaneously and devastating grenades on the Orc shooter boy squad, doing tons of damage. Just retreating out. Oh, we do have the Swarmlord taking the field. Swarmlord absolutely gonna shred this Death Jet. The Death Jet has no answer to the Swarmlord. Just getting absolutely chopped apart by the Swarmlord. Oh my goodness, we do have rocks incoming. Rocks, heavy rocks stomping in, but oh dear, giving the entire Termagant squad. Now the Swarmlord is left completely without support, but it did destroy that Killer Can. But we do have a Warrior Boot coming for the support. We do have Orc Knobs duking out with the Swarmlord, but the Orc Knobs starting to take casualties. So they're taking terrible damage from the Swarmlord over here. We do have a Orc shooter. I don't know what to say, but the blue team surprisingly has a triple cap over here. But this game is far from over because the red team does have a large army. And oh, we do have a missile launcher, double missile launcher squad hammering this Wraithlord. This Wraithlord has to be very careful. The APO unable to tank. Oh, down goes the APO, but this Wraithlord is very low on hit points. Needs to get stuck in melee or needs to be pulling out of there. And it is taking terrible damage on those missile launchers, but fortunately the Marines pull out of there just in time. So this Wraithlord will be able to live to fight another day. Meanwhile, somewhere the Tzeentch Dreadnought did survive the Orc Rock Barrage over there, so very fortunate. Captain Battleship having taken terrible damage and left with only 2 level 1 looters. and Hurricane Hawk left with only a Nob Squad, Storm Boys and Slugger Boys. So the red team definitely ahead in the army department, even if a bit behind, but from the looks of things I would say they have a very strong position, especially Brandon, who has a gigantic Elder army over here. He pretty much can counter anything right now because he has his Wraith Guard anti-vehicle and Wraith Lord to take pretty much anything, in the Wraith Guard very strong in his own right, and we do have a decked out Warlock and Autarch over here. You know, we do have a giant Orc horde, both Hurricane Hawk and Captain Battleship moving forward together in one blob. Not much standing in their way apart from a autocannon Havoc squad over here and a Chaos Lord in his mighty Terminator armor. So Chaos Lord, with it, he has his extra regen ability, just tearing into all these orcs with, oh, we do have those knobs Orc Storm Boys jumping in, stunning those Chaos Havoc's gonna have to get out there. This Chaos Lord just tanking the whole Orc army over here, but he's gonna have to retreat, otherwise he's really bad. Oh, killed a weak, bringing himself up to full, and I think he's just gonna get on out of there, knocking out all those Orcs, but he's taking some pretty considerable damage over there. You know, with all these Chaos Space Marines just doing some decapping over here. We do have Brandon taking on the Space Marine army over here. Oh, we do have a Swarm. The Swarm was very, very low on health. I think the Swarm is gonna go. Oh, well, the Swarm would go down. Oh no! There's 27 hit points. One more shot from a tactical missile launcher would have brought it down. But seems this Swarm was gonna live to fight another day. And down went the Dreadnought, and Gurps as also lost the devastated Marine squad. So, oh my goodness, we have an excellent flank by the blue team over here. Knobs leading the charge, tearing into the Autarch. Autarch's very low on hit points. Autarch has to get out there. I think that Swarm Lord may not be getting out there. Single strike from that Nob Squad Warbird. Oh, the Orcs see it and they want Swarm Lord blood. A Witchblade or Cronus ability was used, but it did not manage to knock back those Orcs. And now this Wraith Lord's in a bit of trouble over here, surrounded by all these Knobs and their huge armors, getting absolutely torn into. This Wraith Lord might not be making out of. Oh, we do have a grenade spike going on. Grenade spikes going on the Knobs. Boom, boom, and boom. Being terrible damage, but it's not going to be enough to save the Wraith Lord, and down goes the Wraith Lord. So pretty crippling losses for the red team, losing a Swarm Lord and a Wraith Lord to all these Knobs over here. And now these Guardians have to get out of them. Oh my goodness. We do have ability knockback, forcing back all these Guardians. Oh my goodness gracious me. Down goes the Elder Guardian squad. Oh dear. And now this Hive Tyrant is taking terrible damage. We do have Gurps charging forward over here to lend support, and this Hive Tyrant's in some big trouble, and down goes the Hive Tyrant. So big counter attack by the blue team over here, just absolutely massing all their forces, taking some pretty considerable damage in the process, but inflicting heavy losses on the red team as well. Buzzsaw Bandit not hesitating to pull out Carnifex, and that Chaos Dreadnought is still kicking and wandering around. Those Chaos Space Marines are level 3, and we do have a second Nob Squad running around. Brandon ordering his team forward to victory once more. Those Chaos Space Marines should be able to take those Knobs in melee combat, seeing as they are quite weak. We did have a capillary call in. Oh, we'll see these two champions take each other on. Oh, that those Corn Marines are trying to cap, as they should be right now. Seeing as, oh, down, no, those Nob Squads. Oh my goodness, down goes the Nob Squad. Absolutely massacred, but the blue team has a triple cap at this point, but Captain Battleship has absolutely nothing apart from his Warboss. But the red team really needs to be making a strong push, and a strong push they will make with this Fire Prism, Guardians, and a Carnifex on the field. So this Carnifex being equipped with the Thornback Carnifex, making it exceptionally powerful at melee. So the Eldar pushing forward, leading the way, deploying a Ripper Swarm. Eldar Autarch jumping in. We do. Oh yes. What do we have here? We have a base being pulled off on the entire Space Marine army, giving everything. But it killed the Autarch. Unfortunate. And oh dear, we do have Orc Rocks being called in. Orc Rocks being called in on the Elder Guardians. The Guardians get absolutely massacred. And ooh, down goes the Apothecary. We do have all the colonies going on. The Autarch loss is a terrible loss for Brandon over here. I think it was called in by Chaos Sword over there. So, but anyway, they did manage to push back the blue team, but now all they need to do is defend. It's really down to the wire. If blue team can make a strong push and hold the victory point for a couple of minutes, that's the game for them right there. So they really need to hold the top point and the center at this point in time. We do have a couple of units defending middle, but the blue team makes a strong push with all these knobs over here. I'm not sure the red team can hold their own natural point over here, but they do have a very strong northern position with all these battle tanks and walkers up north, and the Hive Tyrant being armed with the venom cannon and going to do some pretty good damage. Oh, but the knobs are heading down, and they will be caught in a pincer between all these chaos and whatnot over here. These slugger boys taking some terrible damage, and these storm boys jumping in on these guardians is gonna really lay down the hurt on those guys. The Wraith Lords are surprising. Oh, we do have a grenade on retreat, but down went that guardian squad, and now these knobs are taking some pretty considerable damage from this fire prism, but they really need to be trying to cap a point. But now they are being caught in a pincer, but Gurps is moving forward with a strong marine force over here, and I don't think the red team can hold this position. This Tzeentch Dreadnought is in big trouble over here, and the Wraith Lord are doing what they can against all these knobs, but these knobs are not stopping for anything. Popping frenzy and breaking suppression. They are finally suppressed, but the Wraith Lord having engaged in melee. Oh, those Chaos Marines. Oh, the Fire Prism knocked back the Chaos Marines, but I'm not sure if that knob will build it. Oh dear, down went that knob squad. But we do have all this TAC Marine blob surging forward for here, and this Warboss is absolutely laying down some haymakers on this Eldar Wraith Lord squad over here. So this Eldar Wraith Lord squad taking terrible damage from the Orc Warboss and his bang bang hammer. I like saying that word, bang bang hammer. Meanwhile, red team counter-attacking strongly. The counter effects down at the natural victory point over here, recapping it. So really quite havoc over here. We do have double knob squads really laying into this counter effects, bringing down the counter effects as well. This double knob squad is really formidable and absolutely tearing anything apart by taking some pretty considerable damage. We do have a shuriken weapons platform team suppressing all these knobs. These knobs are taking terrible damage from all this melee and all this range, and oh, down went a knob squad. There is one more knob squad fighting. I don't think they have what it takes. They're really getting hammered by two suppression teams, and oh my goodness. And did Gurps get hammered? What happened to Gurps? I think he got hit by a global ability, because I'm just watching from the text, but that's why you don't blob. You know, Captain Battleship took terrible damage to all his knobs. He lost all his forces there apart from his Warboss, barely making it out there. I don't think the blue team will be able to recover from all this. They're pretty much left with nothing right now, and yeah, that's pretty much gonna be the game right there, because the red team managed to preserve their forces very well. Bandit only lost a couple of guardian squads. He lost his Wraith Lord, but the blue team has been throwing away knob squad after knob squad, and they really don't have that much left on the field. And yeah, the red team has just done a fantastic job at keeping the majority of the units alive. Losses are inevitable, but the blue team really crippled, making one final last desperate push for the northern victory point over here with Slugger. Is this a commando? With Slugger Boy squad leading away, but just getting absolutely shredded by all these setup teams over here. And the autocannon squad has a straight shot at the victory point over here. Oh, we do have rocks being caught in on the Wraith Guard squad, but I think those Wraith Guard will be able to get out there, getting hit by lots of fights over here. But I think they may be able to force the red team off this point for a few minutes, but Chaos Warlord is coming in as well. We do have Angels of Death being called in, making these Space Marines invulnerable for 8 seconds. But oh, multiple missile launcher squads bringing down this Chaos Dreadnought over here. But I think, oh, we do have a grenade being put off, knocking back a lot of these tactical marines, doing terrible damage to them, and a Tzeentch Dreadnought missile burst suppressing all these tactical marines. These tactical marines gonna have to retreat, taking some terrible damage. And with Providence being put on his Warlock, making him invulnerable, he's gonna cap the point. The red team also capping this point over here with a counter effects leading a charge, pushing back all these orcs over here, doing some terrible damage. And I think, yeah, Bandit just absolutely hammered. That was all he had in the fight, and only a Warboss is left over here. But the Fire Prism knocked back the Warlock, but I think that's pretty much it, because they do have this point. I don't. Well, they may be able to get the. the decap? I'm not sure. Oh, this Nob squad taking terrible damage over here. This Carnifex squad. This Carnifex taking lots of damage as well, but oh, that's pretty much it. Oh my goodness. Will they get a cap? Oh, and that is the game. So, whew, that was pretty frantic right there. Yeah. Brandon did pull out double fire presence and a shuriken platform team over here. Just kept it patiently with 2 setups teams just guarding this point for any ninja capping attempts. Yeah. And this Carnifex just charging ahead, putting on pressure. Anyway, that's a great game. Brandon, fantastic Eldar play over there. I always love watching great Eldar players kicking some butt with all those Eldar grenades, bombing the living daylights out of all their opponents. Anyway, I really enjoyed that casting there. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Thong out.